Students, welcome to part 2 of session 8. In this we will be talking about absolute references. There may be times when you do not want a cell reference to change when filling cells. As discussed, unlike relative references, absolute references do not change when copied or filled. We can say that absolute references are used to keep a row or a column constant. An absolute reference is designated in a formula by the addition of a dollar sign. It can precede the column reference, row reference, or both. Hence, there are three scenarios wherein dollar sign can be used to make a column or a row constant. And the three scenarios are: example 1, the column and the row do not change when copied when I have dollar sign before the column and before the row. Similarly, the row does not change when copied when I have a dollar sign before the row. And then the third one, the column does not change when copied when I have a dollar just in front of the column. So let us look at the details with the help of an example. Here I have already embedded the three scenarios in the tabular column. So I have here both row and column. In this case, I have the row and here I have the stationary column. How to insert dollar sign? Simple. For dollar sign, press Shift 4. So the numeral 4. So you have a dollar sign before numeral 4. And then let me see what happens if I copy the data. So let us drag the data, and so the data is dragged here and we have got the respective columns and rows answers. So if you observe, I have put the dollar sign before the row and column, hence, and here the constant is B116. So this is B116. So B116 has become constant in the C column. Let us look at next. So I have put a dollar before 116. So 116 happens to be the row, and here B is not constant. So let us see the next one. So if you see, so if I don't put dollar in front of B, it does not matter. So a dollar in front of the row will make the column also constant. Hence we are getting 2.99 in all the rows, column. Next one. Here if you observe, I have put the constant in front of the B. So B happens to be the column, and if I go to the next cell, the reference becomes B is constant and it becomes 117. So that means in this case B, the column has become constant and row has become variable. Thus, dear students, we understood the usage of the dollar in front of the column reference or in front of the row reference. So this technique is called as absolute reference. Now let us spend some time understanding the usage of bracket. So I have given you a scenario, and we know that we have three kinds of bracket. We have round bracket, flower bracket, square bracket. So let me understand, does all the brackets work in formula or it is only the round bracket? So this is the plain text wherein it says 3 into 10% into 4%. So this formula gets activated only when I type or I use equal to sign. So let us start and understand one by one. I am prefixing with equal to, and if you observe it says 1.2. So I have not used any bracket and the answer may differ. Let us check it later. Okay. And if I use a bracket here, okay. So let me use a bracket. So I am using a bracket here. So after 10 and before 3. So if you observe, in this case the answer is same. That is because they don't have in any more variables in between. So it is only one variable. Let us come to the usage of brackets. Here I have used the round bracket. So does my formula work with round bracket? Okay, let me check. Yes, the formula works with round bracket. Let me check with flower bracket. Can I incorporate flower bracket while doing a formula? No. So the answer is very clear that when in case of, if you want to cover a data with the help of a formula, then you cannot use the flower bracket. Let us try with the square bracket, and it says no. So you cannot use square bracket also when you are trying to incorporate a formula in an Excel sheet. Given here a scenario wherein I have more than one functions and also we have multiplication and addition in between them. So if you observe, I have used two brackets. So as soon as I incorporate equal to sign in the Excel sheet, the multiplication and additions gets activated. And if you cleanly observe in the formula bar, two brackets are in different color. So the Excel is clearly showing that where the bracket has started. So black has started here and ended here. Similarly, red has started here and ended here. So by mistake, if I add one more bracket, okay, let me add a round bracket. If you observe, it can take another color. Okay. So now this becomes black, then I have red and then blue. And if I don't, why this coloration is given distinct color is in order to understand that you have not closed another bracket. So if I just say enter, it says that your formula is not correct and we cannot accept it, or you can say the formula is not complete. So this coloration technique is very much used in order to give emphasis on closing of the formula. Hence, so if I close this formula and say enter, and you can see the answer has been arrived at. So you need to use the brackets, and very importantly, whenever you are formulating a bracket, look at this color scheme and try to match each bracket with the color scheme so that your formula is complete. That's all for this session, dear students. I hope you have learnt a lot. Let me have a quick recap. So we have understood the additions and subtractions. Then we also understood the various functions using addition, subtractions, division, etc. Then we did understand about absolute references with example. And last but not the least, I have a challenge for you. You can copy the data which have been discussed in the example and try to create a relative reference, a absolute reference, and using the worksheet data given in the discussion. So thank you for your time. Let's meet up again in next session.